on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel Fragrance Journey. Hopefully everybody's having a blessed day. Hopefully everybody's having a blessed week coming up. Today we're going to be speaking about 5 fragrances that I fell in love with on first sniff. These are 5 fragrances not really talked about a lot, I don't feel like, but maybe a few of them have been spoken about. 3 of them actually were fragrances that I smelled while overseas and were able to pick up. The first one we're going to talk about is from the house of Matriarch Parfumer Egantier. This one is Parfum de Habit. This is one that I picked up while I was in Paris. I do like the bottle. Definitely has a vintage old school vibe to it. This is one I picked up while I was in Paris, and while traveling through the Amsterdam airport, my bottle was taken from me. Not thinking that the bottle was over 100 ml. I put it in my carry-on bag. They were going through my bag, checked my bag. I thought she was gonna not look at the size of it, but she looked confiscated. I was like, please don't take my bottle. Let me try to find a way to put it in my check bag. They weren't having it, so they took my bottle. I was blessed enough to be able to get another bottle because I enjoyed the fragrance so much. I really enjoyed visiting their boutique in Paris. I can't remember what street. It was close to Rue Street. Just got this huge table with the red tablecloth on it. All the fragrances are around the table. It's not an overly complex boutique. The woman in the store really couldn't speak great English, but I was able to, go through all the fragrances. And I really enjoyed this one. And I'm not really somebody that enjoys powdery fragrances, and Iris is not listed in the notes. I definitely was looking up the notes while I was in the boutique to try to find out what the exact notes were. And Iris was not listed in the notes. So the notes on this one are blackcurrant, bergamot, petitgrain, leather, patchouli, geranium, incense, sandalwood, amber, and vanilla. This one definitely has a vintage classic type feel to it. It's definitely one that you can wear in any kind of formal event. You're dressed up nice, this one will really pop off. It definitely opens up very powdery, makeup-y powdery, but it's got a woody type vibe to it. It also has some leather. It has some floral notes in it also. I don't really get much of the incense, but the sandalwood is there. It has an ambery, vanillic type vibe. It's something like I've not got my nose on before, and that's the reason I really enjoyed it. Again, I'm not somebody that really enjoys real powdery fragrances, but this one opens up with a very classic powdery vintage type vibe, and it's one that really attracted me to it. And see, I bought 2 bottles of it. Shouldn't have bought 2 bottles, but I did love the fragrance, so that's why I did it. The next one up is one that I got my nose on. I got a sample of this one. From somebody on YouTube. I can't remember. I bought a sample from somebody, and I didn't really hear many people talking about this one. I think the only person I heard speak of this one was Roger Real D Cool, fragrance YouTube. He does music too, and this one is from the house of Perfumology. And Perfumology is a boutique. I think it's in Philadelphia. I would love to visit this boutique. And this one is Clutch. And this one is just one that, you see my bottle, put a humongous dent in this bottle. I wear this fragrance quite a bit. This one I wear in the cold, the winter, it doesn't really matter to me. This one is very uplifting to me. This is one that sometimes when I'm not in a great mood, I put this on and it just makes me feel better. It just gives me a really good vibe when I wear this one. This features notes, and this is not overly complex. This is elemi, smoke, ginger, red cedar, oak, vanilla, leather, and musk. This one opens with a smoky type feel. It also has a humongous ginger note in it. Leather, vanilla, just smooth. Bit of sweetness. It all just blends together really well. It's almost got a resinous, smoky, ginger, amber, vanilla, leather. It's really good. And this one has great projection. You never heard me really speak about projection and longevity and all that stuff, but I've worn this one before and people can smell it. People like, what do you have on? Not that I really care for that. I usually wear fragrances that most people wouldn't be that attracted to, but this one is definitely there. It's not mass appealing. It just smells really good, and I think people around you really enjoy how this one smells. The ginger note in this one is really crazy with the smoke, the leather, the vanilla, the amber. It does dry down to like a ginger, leather, vanilla type vibe. The vanilla really comes out in the dry down. The next one up is one I got my nose on while I was in Covent Garden in London, England. The bottle was crazy expensive in the boutique or in the store. So I waited till I got back to America and found it for a really good price. This one is not overly complex either, but this is one of the better tobacco fragrances that I've got my nose on. And the bottle on this is really sick. This is from the House of Penhaligon's. This one is Blazing Mr. Sam. My bottle, I don't know why my cap ain't clicking in like I would like it to. Let's spray a little bit of this one on. This one was a love at first sniff. This was one, and I hadn't really gotten into tobacco notes at that time that much. When I first smelled it, I was like, wow. It just opens with the notes on this one: cardamom, cinnamon, saffron, black pepper, cumin, tobacco, vanilla, cedar, and patchouli. The cardamom and the cinnamon in the opening are wonderful, with some saffron, very spicy in the opening, a little bit of pepper. I don't want to say the cumin is there, but it's not really that prominent. But this is tobacco, this is spices, a bit woody. I don't really get much of the patchouli, but this is one of the better tobacco fragrances I've got my nose on. Again, I fell in love with that one in the boutique, but the price on that bottle was like, it was close to $300. And I was like, $300? I think this is like a 75 mil or something. The price just didn't really match with the bottle size and all of that. So I was blessed enough to be able to get a bottle when I came back to the States, and that was definitely love at first sniff. It's funny, most of these I picked up while I was out of town. The next one up we're gonna speak about is from the House of Olfactive Studio. And this is one I was in Bloom Perfumery in Covent Garden. And I actually got this one while I was in the boutique. And this one was a bit expensive to me too. And this is from the House of Olfactive Studios. This is Sheeper Shot. This one is really nice too. And this one I sprayed on the other night and was like, wow, I can't believe how much I love this fragrance. I would definitely like to start wearing it more. It's definitely one that you can wear year round. Spray this on right quick. Man, it just opens up with some fruitiness. Let's go over the notes on this one. This is cardamom, saffron, bergamot, black pepper, coffee, peony, black tea, amber, oak moss, patchouli, and labdanum. Very spicy in the opening. Creamy, you get that coffee. To me, it opens a bit fruity, but no fruity notes are listed in the opening. It just has a fruity type vibe to it. Coffee. Very spicy in the opening. It does have a bit of a green feel to it. That maybe that's the black tea or the oak moss. Spicy, creamy. Black tea, coffee, really nice. Labdanum, it's got some sweetness to it. This is a really wonderful fragrance. I was in Bloom and I got my nose on this one. They sprayed it on the card or whatever. And my wife saw my reaction to that and she actually bought the fragrance for me, because I don't think I was gonna buy it. If I bought it, I probably would have bought a smaller bottle, but she went ahead and got me the 100 ml. I can't remember, it was maybe 300 and some bucks to be honest. But a really wonderful fragrance. You can wear that one year round, but I think in the colder weather, this one will really shine. Great longevity, great projection, all that stuff that people really care about. This is a really good one, but it's definitely on the more expensive side. I think I've seen it online now for like $250, $260, so definitely still on the expensive side. And the last one I'm gonna talk about is one that I haven't seen any reviews on, and this is from the House of Francesca Del Oreo. And this one is Ice Jasmine. This one I picked up on a trip to Dallas. I went to the scent room, and this is one that I just instantly fell in love with. I was gonna pick up another fragrance, and at the last minute, the SA introduced me to this one, let me smell it, and I was like, wow. Because I definitely passed over it. This one was a bit expensive too. This features notes of bay leaf, bergamot, sea notes, jasmine sunback, Egyptian jasmine, carnation, vanilla, tolu balsam, pink pepper, patchouli, cumin, cardamom, black pepper, oak moss, white musk, and castoreum. This one is very floral in nature. Let me see where I got anywhere to spray this one. Definitely not always my type of vibe, to be honest. Definitely opens very floral. It has a green like the bay leaf. It's got some bergamot. It definitely has an aquatic feel to it also. The jasmine is there. It's very prominent. If you don't like jasmine, I wouldn't suggest getting your nose on this one. It's a very interesting blend of notes, and one that I wouldn't think that I would love, but it's got that aquatic feel, and I'm not an aquatic person, but it's got the aquatics with the florals. It's got some spiciness to it, some greenness from the bay leaf. It's also got a bit of a slight castoreum feel when it gets towards the dry down. A very interesting creation, one that you definitely got to be into the more complex type of fragrances if you would to enjoy this one, but it's one I really love. It's one I loved that I first got my nose on. That's from the house of Francesca Del Oreo, and that's Ice Jasmine. And those are 5 fragrances that I really fell in love with on first sniff. A couple of them, like I said, I picked up while out the country, in the United States. Definitely would love to visit Perfumology in Philadelphia. I love Clutch, and I definitely like to check out that boutique. But that's just a quick video. I hope you can like the video. Please subscribe. Please leave a comment. The likes really help the channel. On vacation this week, so I'm gonna try to get 10, 15, 20 videos done so I can stay ahead of the game. Again, I appreciate everybody that supports the channel. If you woke up today, you're definitely winning. List a couple fragrances that you fell in love with on first sniff. We'll get a discussion going in the comment section. If you woke up today, you're definitely winning. We out.